Welcome back, folks. So the M6A2E1, also known as the Mutant M6, is going to be on sale for only 24 hours during April Fools of this year, 2017. So this vehicle is extremely rare. It's even more rare than the BTSV or the Panzer IIJ because there were occasional holiday sales of those two vehicles for about $100 plus. But you can also get them from codes inside physical box versions of World of Tanks circulating outside of United States, like in Russia or some Asian countries. But the only way of getting this vehicle is from time traveling back to 2011 or 2012 and pre-order the heavy package for World of Tanks. And that's not going to happen, so you cannot find codes on Amazon or eBay. So this tank is super rare, but is it worth the hype or worth the rarity of the sudden sale? Well, let's take a look at the news that came out today and all the facts about the vehicle before we make the judgment. So here are the news that came out today. It will be on sale for only 24 hours on April 1st, 2017. Will cost $90. So that's pretty expensive. Now the vehicle itself is worth 7,500 gold. So that's about $35. So basically you're paying $55 for the rarity tag. That's even more expensive than the tank itself. So funny, per se. But the original pre-order package owner of this vehicle will receive a compensation for the sale of this vehicle yet again. So there will be like first edition difference from the second edition. So there will be separation. So that's good. But what's also funny is the original heavy package for the pre-order of World of Tanks did cost $90. So it's the same price 6 years ago. But back then, you also got 25,000 gold with the vehicle itself. So that's pretty funny. So after 6 years, you don't get the gold. You just get the tank. Alright, fine, I guess. But yeah, let's take a look at the M6 Mutant. So this vehicle is pretty huge. It did receive a HD remodel in patch 9.9. So it got buffed from the frontal plate to 190 now, I believe. So originally it was like 160, 150 or so. It had the same layout as the M6 at tier 6, but with more armor. But now it's a little bit different. It's super big. So compared the height to this Russian UAZ, it's about twice as tall. So this is extremely large vehicle with no camouflage value. So you will be spotted across the map. And this tank is not that fast. So you will be bombarded by artillery shell. So prepare to know RD awareness to hide your vehicle from RD bombardment. But the side armor is garbo. The engine deck is pretty large, so don't expose it, but you do have a large turret. There is counterweight at the back of the turret to provide extra armor. So the turret is relatively strong, but it's a large turret. So play this thing like the T-32, like the T-29. So like all American tanks, haul down. But the upper plate is good enough to frontally stand against Russian guns, mostly. German, not really Germans, but mostly Russian guns. But let's take a look at the stat of the vehicle. So DPM is not great, about 1700. That's 150 below average. So yeah, the gun reload is not as good as the T-32 or T-29 for all that matter. And penetration is lacking for a tier 8 heavy tank. So I mean the average is about 215. So you might have to resort to gold shell. And the accuracy is also not that great. It's the same as the T-29. Aim time is alright, 2.2 seconds, but that's the same as the T-29 mostly. So, dispersion is mediocre, average, 105mm. Shell velocity, average. So 90 rounds, yada yada. Alright. Top speed is slow, only 29 kilometers per hour. Reverse is 10, so it's a slow vehicle. Has decent horsepower per ton ratio, 14.34, but the terrain resistance is garbage for soft. So this is close to the T30, but you will be bogged down. So avoid swamps unless you have cover or unless you have scouts to scout ahead. But traverse is 25 degrees per second, so meh. So basically, it's a large vehicle, relatively depending on armor, and basically road blocking based on your hull down position and your upper plate. So gun elevation, gun depression, good. Gun traverse is alright, 35 degrees per second. Turret traverse is 23.99, so 24. But gun traverse basically means how fast the gun elevates up and down. The turret traverse is for the rotation of the turret. So hull armor is 191 at the front, 66 at the sides, 51 at the rear. So side armor is garbage, rear armor is garbage. Turret armor is thick at the front and thick at the side at the rear, but pretty crappy at the sides. It's because the counterweight at the back. So 1,500 health, and yeah, weighs about 66 tons, 67 tons, 380 meters of view range, so 7,500 gold cost. So basically relying on the armor of the vehicle. So upper plate is very good. You will bounce a lot of shots. Make sure you don't have to angle that much, but the only weak spot at the upper plate is originally the driver's slit, but they removed it from the HD remodel. So the only way of penetrating this thing is shooting at the hatch of the commander cupola. And that's a very small target. And this vehicle is very tall, so shooting at this, it's pretty hard. So the only way of killing this thing is shooting at the sides. 66 at the sides. So easy to pin. There's a strip armor of space armor at this lower plate, covering up the lower plate. Wow, that's interesting. But don't side scrape with this vehicle. Never side scrape. Just rely on the frontal upper plate. It's good enough. Just rely on the upper plate. But remember, people will get pissed off at trying to pin the upper plate, and they will start using gold shell. So that's what they do to Japanese heavy tanks, the new German super heavies. So expect gold shells, but if you are hauled down like this and sloping your upper plate, it's even thicker. So try to go haul down all the time, but don't expose your side armor, don't expose your rear, and try to have RD cover because this engine deck is huge. Same goes for the top of the turret. So if you get hit at the top of the turret, the 170mm plus artillery shells will pin, and you're dead. Average artillery alpha is 1,800 at tier 9 plus. So don't get hit by artillery. No, this is a gigantic target right here. So that's the main weak spot about this vehicle. It has strong upper plate, strong turret front, but it is huge, gigantic. So try not to get spotted or try to have artillery cover. But as you can see, there are a few drawbacks for this vehicle. Doesn't reload as fast. Accuracy is and penetration is also. Top speed is so reverse is also and camouflage is also bleh. But this is basically American's version of a super heavy tank. So like the Liberté, or like the, what's a good comparison? The Liberté has crappy side armor too. What else has crappy side armor with pretty awesome frontal plate? The VK4502A. So kind of like that, but yeah, don't side scrape. Never side scrape. So rely on the upper plate as well as the turret front. But what's also funny about this vehicle is they are selling a legacy, a really old, rare legacy vehicle, and nobody has it. But what does that mean about the Panther / Panzer IV? So recently this vehicle got buffed from tier 6 to tier 5 with better accuracy now, better DPM, and better mobility. It's basically a Panther's chassis at tier 5 with the Panzer Force turret. It has 80mm of slope armor at the front. It's better than the Tiger 1 at tier 7. This is a tier 5 medium now, so would you rather get the Mutant or would you rather get this vehicle? I say this vehicle to SEAL Club, but that's just me. But yeah, I mean, there are no more limits. I mean, I thought nobody's gonna see the Mutant ever again on sale, or the Type 59, but yeah, when you're desperate for cash, yeah, dangle the Mutant. Yeah, let's buy it. So, could we see the Panther / Panzer IV? Maybe. We could also see the A32. So, the Panzer IV with the Panther hull was the medium package. This vehicle, the A32, is the light package. So back then, 6 years ago, the A32 was classified as a light tank, but shortly after, it was reclassified as a medium. So, I mean, this vehicle is not that great. It's tier 4. It has less armor than the successor, the T-34. So, only 45mm for the T-34, but this vehicle has 35, I believe, and side armor is only like 20, so it's not that great. But I mean, the caveat is this tank right here. So this got super buffed, whereas the Mutant is relatively good enough, like a Liberté, but doesn't have the cupola weak spot. So is the $90 worth it? Well, it doesn't have the 25,000 gold that comes with it, as well as the original pre-order package. But then again, you have to be here 6 years ago. So, I mean, there are benefits to be early, right? But is the tank worth it for 90 bucks? Compared to the recent onslaught of power creeps, I don't think so. I mean, if it was like 60 bucks or 70 bucks, it could be good for collector's value, but 90 is a little bit stretching it. But then again, you pay 90 bucks for the Panzer IIJ and BTSV bundles, so who knows, but does it come with a gold stipend as well? I don't know yet, so we'll see. But initially, 90 bucks for just the vehicle, a little bit too much. So where is the Mutant T25 or Mutant Pershing? I already talked about this vehicle with my Pilot T25 video. So if you have watched my leak videos, you probably already know about this tank. It's basically mounting of the same turret onto a Pershing or onto a T25. It's pretty exciting, but they don't have it. So just facts or fun facts, I guess. So I wish to see it. But here is the list of the sales. So Mutant is going to come first. Then the Lorraine 40T. Already covered this vehicle a few weeks ago. Then the 59 Patton. Oh god. Such hate for this vehicle. Well, then again, it's a freaking Mutant hybrid Frankenstein. It's not even October. Why are we getting sales of monster tanks? And we got the Krupp Steyr-Waffenträger, but you can actually buy it from the tech tree now. And the T-34-85M, which got buffed recently. So that's good. It's the Jumbo T-34. So yeah, I was working on the Chinese tank destroyers, but got busy to do this video. So we're getting, or the Chinese server is getting the WZ-120, 1G, FT, and GFT. So one is a doppelganger of the SU-122-54, and the other one is basically a IS-7 gun on a Type 59 Pinocchio gun, and they actually increase the length of the gun barrel from the original leak picture of the G version, of the box version. So it's only Chinese server exclusive, but they said that about the 59 Patton, about the 121B, and the T-44-100. So proprietary assets will be shared soon enough. So there will be a time, but yep, this vehicle, the Mutant, 90 bucks. Is it worth it? I don't have 90 bucks. And if I do, I probably will spend it on the 252U. So, rarity tag is a thing, but to me, it doesn't mean much. I mean, if you're not going to play the vehicle that much, why would you pay that much? Unless you collect the vehicle. So, know your money, but I would rather get something more effective, something more power creepish? I don't know. But there you go, folks. The M6 Mutant that's going to be on sale this April Fools. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.